What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another episode of the Performance Tier List, the Tottenham Performance Tier List, where we're going to take a look at each and every player's performance over the month of September, which is 4 games: the Fulham game, the 2 Champions League games, and obviously the last game against Leicester as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Actually, before that, just to introduce the new tiers for you guys, by popular demand from the comment section of the last one, we've added 2 extra tiers for you, so now we have 7 tiers. Goes from excellent to very good to okay to not good to awful to can't judge. So we've got a bit more breathing room this time, and you know, we were finding it a bit difficult last time. I kept saying quite consistently saying it needs to be in between, so we've added a couple more in there for you. So let's get straight into it, and we're actually going to go in position order, starting off with the goalkeeper, starting off with Hugo Lloris. And I think, yeah, in terms of Hugo, he's been absolutely excellent in pretty much every game he's played this month, so that's an easy one for us, isn't it?
Yeah, Fulham made those brilliant saves from Mitrovic. Against Marseille, didn't have much to do. Against Sporting, he kept us in the game till late on. And against Leicester, he made like some brilliant saves that allowed us to go on and win the game 6-2. So stellar again. There'll be 2 excellents in a row from Hugo.
Absolutely. Fraser Forster obviously goes into can't judge. He hasn't played a game yet, but
might change soon.
Yeah, exactly. Might change after the North London derby. Next one's going to be an interesting one. This is Cuti Romero.
Yeah, he hasn't been. Well, obviously against. Did he come in against Fulham?
Yeah, he did. He played 90 minutes against Fulham, 72 minutes against Marseille, 90 minutes against Sporting, and then came on against Leicester.
Yeah, he hasn't been at his best, has he? I wouldn't say he's been awful. It's either not good or okay for me. I
was looking at okay for Cuti.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been like terrible. I don't think he's not been good, but he hasn't been good.
Yeah, he hasn't been. Yeah, he hasn't been his usual self. That's for sure. And that's usually near the very top. So I think okay is. Yeah, okay, it's fine.
All right, next up is Ben Davis on the bench for the Fulham game. Played 18 minutes in the Marseille game. The only 90 minutes he did complete was against Sporting Lisbon, which I don't think he had a good game.
Yeah, it wasn't a great month for him, I don't think.
I would put him in not good, to be honest.
I agree with that. I don't think he was awful, but Longlay's been a lot better than him. And I just think he's been a bit below average. So, yeah, not good.
Next up is Eric Dyer, obviously ever present. So far this month, so far this season.
I think he was a bit better this month than last month, but we put him in last month in good, I think.
Got a goal against Leicester.
Okay. Yeah, he did. I'd probably put him in good.
Yeah, I was about to say that. So I think good. I think he has been better than Romero.
Yeah.
Definitely better than Davis. So yeah, he's got to go in good.
Yeah, I'll put him in good.
Next up is Davinson Sanchez. Only played, he's played a couple of games actually, hasn't he?
No, I don't think only against Leicester, really. No?
He played, yeah, you're right, actually, Leicester, and he was absolutely terrible.
So probably an awful.
Terrible in the first few minutes. Did grow into the game, but that mistake in the first minute to give away that penalty was awful.
He got hauled off after an hour.
He did.
Less than an hour. So if you consider, I don't think that was a fitness issue. I think it was just terrible.
Yeah.
So probably an awful, I would say. If that's his only appearance for the month.
Yeah, it's always hard putting players in awful, but I think he probably deserved it, to be honest.
Last month we put him in good, but this month awful. That's how it is.
Clement Longley hasn't got that many minutes. He's played 90 minutes against Fulham, 72 minutes against Marseille, 90 minutes against Leicester.
Quite a few minutes.
You're right, it is quite a few minutes, but I feel like his best performance came against Fulham. And I don't think he's had a bad performance yet, but his performance have declined game on game.
Yeah, I wouldn't put. I think obviously based on his Fulham performance, I was like excellent. After that, he's been pretty decent. So I'll probably put him in good. I don't think he's been very good.
Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree. A bit boring when we completely agree all the time, but I think that's definitely true for Longley. He goes into good. Tanganga. Can't judge, I reckon.
He came. He had half an hour, didn't he, against 20 minutes against Marseille. That's it.
Yeah, but that's about it. You can't really judge on that.
Okay, fine.
Emerson Royale. Where would you put him?
Emerson. So the only game he didn't start was Leicester. He came on after.
Came on for 36 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, came on. Probably. I think he was better last month, and we put him in okay. I think he's been probably a bit worse this month.
I don't think he's been as bad to put him in not good. I still think it's okay. Probably like the barrel of okay though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's just what he is. He's okay.
Well, that's Emerson for you.
Yeah,
Will he
okay.
ever get to the good section?
We'll see. Maybe one day. For now, he's just okay.
Ryan Sessegnon is the next player to talk about.
Start against Fulham and start against Leicester.
Yeah.
I think he was really good against Fulham, but he couldn't against Leicester. Was quite average. Wasn't great.
I wasn't happy with his performance against Leicester. I think in his player ratings, I gave him like a 5 out of 10 or something.
Yeah, but against Fulham, he was good. He
I
hasn't
think
played
against
other
Fulham,
than
we
that.
both gave him like an 8 or something.
Yeah, so probably put him in okay. Probably put him in okay. I would say. I don't think he's been. Is he either okay or good? I don't think he's been not good.
I think because that Fulham performance was that good, that performance in the last game probably notches him down to a good. I wouldn't put him. I think good is fair probably for Sessegnon.
Okay, I'll put him in good then.
But maybe because he hasn't had that much minutes as well, it's only 2 games out of 4. Maybe that notches him down 1 as well.
What? Okay. Yeah, but you only judge him when he's on the pitch.
True. All right, we'll put him in good. We'll put him in good. Ivan Perisic up next. Where has he played?
Yeah, he started every game but Fulham. Fulham, I think, did he come on? He must have come on late in
He
the
came
game.
on the last 7 minutes. He came off after 54 minutes against Leicester.
Yeah, started on the right-hand side.
To be fair with Perisic, though, I don't think he's actually put in that good performances this month, but he always comes up with the goods with an assist or
Lisbon,
something.
he was our best player against Lisbon away. Marseille didn't have a good game, but got on a really good assist. And Leicester didn't have a great game defensively, but had a really good game offensively. So I'll probably put him in. So 2 assists this month in 4 games is good, but hasn't been unreal. So probably put him in good again, I guess. Yeah, probably put him in good. I think he's been better than okay.
Yeah, the thing is with Perisic though, like he can have a bad game and then he can just pull up a wonder with his foot, you know what I mean, with a cross in the box. And like if he's producing those moments and not playing well, you're always going to think about him in a positive light, aren't you? And he's always providing for the team. So yeah, I'd agree with that. Good for Perisic. Jed Spence obviously can't judge. Matt Doherty can't judge. Skip can't judge. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. This is going to be an interesting one because last time we put him in excellent.
And I think he continues to be excellent. He's out for Player of the Month. He's up for Player of the Month.
He is up for playing for Player of the Month. But I think that
September.
there were a couple of games this month where he didn't have as good performances as he did have the previous month. Which were the 2 games we were talking about? Was it Sporting? We said he didn't play well.
Sporting and maybe
another game.
And maybe the first hour
In the
against
first
Leicester.
half, in the first hour against Leicester.
Yeah, but still, he got an assist in that game against Leicester. Got an assist against Marseille. Got a goal against Fulham, and I think his performances by and large have been pretty good, really good. I'd put him back in it. I'm sticking him in excellent again, for me.
I think when you're judging maybe the whole season as a whole so far, you're putting him in excellent. But there were a few performances this month that weren't as good. I'll put him in very good, to be honest. I think he's been very good.
I think he's excellent. You're putting a player who's been nominated for Player of the Month and only very good. Not excellent.
I mean, if I had a Wobie in my squad, I'd be putting him in probably just okay. So
maybe you wouldn't if you watch him every week. I don't know. I think he's been excellent. Look, he's pretty much contributing every game as well, apart from the Lisbon game. And I think when he hasn't played well, I think the team hasn't played well. But I don't think he was that. I don't think he was that bad against Lisbon, like that far below anyone else, where you would say that it was that bad of a performance, in my opinion. I don't know. I think I would put him back, stick him in excellent again.
I mean, you're like, I'm not saying he was that bad because I still want to put him in very good, which is still like above everyone so far, apart from Lloris that we've put in this tier list. I mean, Lloris, when you're comparing his performances to Lloris's performances, I mean, Lloris has literally saved us in majority of games this month. Højbjerg, look, he has made impacts in what, a couple of games this month?
All the games, except for Lisbon.
Yeah, true. But in that game against Leicester, he was pretty bad for the first hour. But as was everyone.
I I don't think he was awful. It was just difficult for him because he was in the midfield three. But then he really stepped up. He was amazing for that last half an hour.
Yeah,
he got an
right.
assist. He got with his outside of the boot passes. He was really good. I don't know. I think he's excellent for me.
All right, I'll concede because I just love Pierre too much.
Come on.
Next up, Rodrigo Bentancur. I think he's been brilliant this month, to be honest. I really do. I think that that Leicester game, the whole second half, he was our best player. I think he obviously scored his first goal for the club, grabbed an assist that game as well. Against Fulham, I think he had a really good game. I can't remember. I'd put him in very good, to be honest, Bentancur.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I've got no complaints. I don't think he's been as good as Højbjerg, but a pretty strong month for Bentancur, in my opinion.
Next up is Bissouma.
Only had, half an hour?
Yeah, 6 minutes against Marseille, 20 minutes against Leicester. Those 20 minutes against Leicester were excellent. They really were.
Yeah.
Completely changed the game. The 6 minutes against Marseille can't really judge, but can you really give him excellent for only 20 minutes on the pitch?
Yeah, I know. I mean, he was excellent. He was good. I don't think he was as good as Højbjerg or Bentancur, but he allowed Højbjerg and Bentancur to be better. So you got to give him credit for that. I'll probably put him in good for that, for those 3 minutes.
Bissouma goes in good, much better than last time, as he was in awful last month. So
Bissouma?
Yeah, so definitely a step in the right direction. Pape Matar, can't judge. Brian Hill, can't judge. Mora, can't judge.
Well, can't judges. Imagine when these players start getting involved.
I know. And what about Kulusevski now?
Ooh. Against... Well, he didn't start against Fulham, didn't start against Marseille.
He's only started one game this month
Only
against Leicester.
And he was good. And he's been making impacts.
Every time he comes on, he makes an impact. I still think, obviously, he was better last month because he had more minutes to show for himself. I think Kulusevski probably goes into, from what we've seen, it's either good or very good.
Yeah, against Marseille, he was really good for that last half an hour and he came on at right wing back.
I'll put him in very good, to
he
be
got
fair.
a good assist.
I'll say very good.
Got a good assist against Leicester. Lisbon. He came off the bench, didn't he?
He came off the bench in all of them, apart from Leicester, yeah.
And then Fulham didn't do much against Fulham when he came off the bench. I'll probably put him in good.
Downgrade from excellent, from very good to good. I think we just about put him missed out on excellent last month, didn't he?
He was brilliant last month.
He should have been in excellent last month.
Maybe. I don't know. I think he's been good whenever he's played. I just think. What was he got? 1 assist this month against Leicester. But he's been good when he's come on, I guess. Has he been as good as he was last month?
Every time he comes on, he impacts the game and shows us what we're missing by not starting him every single time. He's so much more direct. He's got that creative nous about him.
All right, we'll put him in very good.
I'm putting him in very good, exactly. Look, I concede Højbjerg, you concede Kulusevski. Next up is Richarlison. Obviously got his first 2 goals for the club in the Champions League against Marseille.
It's an interesting one because you've had 2 really good games against Fulham and Marseille, then 2 pretty
not
average
so great,
games against Leicester and against Sporting. So we put him in excellent last month before he'd even got a goal. Now he's got 2 goals, but I don't think he goes into excellent.
The thing is, when I was looking at it back from last month, I think that we got Richarlison and Kulusevski mixed up. I think Richarlison should have been in good. Well, I don't know what the tiers were last month, but the one below excellent, and probably Kulusevski should have been in the top tier. This month, I think if you're judging on the Fulham and Marseille game alone, it's excellent. If you're judging on the Sporting and Leicester game in total, it's okay. So you're probably got to put him in either low very good or very high good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe put him in very good, I guess.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly, just because it's second month.
So he goes in very good. Heung-min Son.
Oh, interesting.
So if you're judging off the Fulham game, it's good.
Yeah.
If you're judging off the Marseille game, it's not good.
Although he did get the red card.
True.
All
right, we'll bump him up one to okay.
Yeah.
If you judging on the Sporting game, it's not good.
Yeah.
And if you're judging on the Leicester game, it's like above excellent.
Yeah.
Above excellent. So I mean,
I think awful last month. Didn't we?
I want to put him in very good, maybe even excellent, just for the hat trick.
I want to see a bit more for him to be excellent. I know he got that hat trick in one game, and he has contributed. He did contribute against Marseille, and Fulham he had a pretty decent game as well. But I don't know. He just if he had one more goal in another game, I'd put him in excellent. But he just didn't.
Scored a free kick today.
He scored a free for South Korea. Doesn't quite count. I think he just misses out, unfortunately. But I think an upgrade from awful to very good is good.
It is.
He should be happy with that.
But you come on, you score a hat trick. Not only that, but he made a big impact in that Fulham game. Made an impact in the Marseille game, getting the player sent off. I mean, out of 4 games, he's made impacts in 3 of those games and really positive impacts in them.
I agree with that. But I would just say...
no, actually, I agree with you because to be put in I've just argued against myself, but to put in excellent, you need to be making a big impact in all of the games. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I want to see one more goal in another game. That's all. The only contribution he had is in that Leicester game in terms of goals and assists. I just want to see one more goal, and then you go into excellent. But he just misses out just because he couldn't get the other goal contribution.
And last but not least, Harry Kane, 2 goals this month, one against Fulham, one against Leicester. Sporting and Marseille didn't do much, to be fair. He's always working hard with his link-up play and dropping deep and working hard for the team. But I don't think he's been excellent this month. I'd put him in very good.
It wasn't quite as good as last month, but he still performed pretty high standard. So, yeah, I agree with that. I think very good is probably the right place to put him in.
All right. So let's rerun these tiers for you guys. So the current judges are all the players that didn't play this month pretty much. Forster, Tanganga, Spence, Doherty, Skip, Sarr, Gill and Lucas Moura. Now we get into it where in awful, just one player in Davinson Sanchez. In not good, it's just Ben Davis. In okay, you've got Romero and Emerson Royale. In good, you've got Dyer, Longley, Sessegnon, Perisic and Bissouma. Very good, you've got Bentancur, Kulusevski, Richarlison, Son and Kane. And then excellent, you've got Højbjerg and Lloris. Yeah. Very interesting that none of our defence is in the top 2 tiers, first of all.
That's where the most criticism comes from, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And to be honest, majority of our players have gone into good and very good. So not many bad performing players this month.
Well, look, we are 5 wins and 2 draws.
We are, but everyone's saying is how bad we're performing.
Yeah, as a team, but individually, not necessarily. They're not all playing bad, but I think we're just as a team conceding a bit too much control. But I think those make sense because I think going forward, the players have to be doing well to be getting us results when we're not playing well. I think Lloris is doing really well to keep the score down or going the other end, and I think Højbjerg has been brilliant so far, and he just got nominated for Player of the Month. I think that makes sense as well. So I think those tiers are pretty fair. But I want to know what people's thoughts are. Yeah,
put your comments obviously in the comments section below. Let us know where you think we got it right, we got it wrong. We want to know your tiers in the comment section below. Looking forward to next month though. In terms of all these players that we put in Can't Judge, Conte has alluded to that some of these players will be seeing a lot more game time in terms of the players like Ollie Skip, Matt Doherty, potentially Lucas Moura coming back from injury as well. It's going to be an interesting one next month, isn't it? Because there's going to be, I think, a lot more players to judge and a lot more games next month as well.
Yeah, because the City game got postponed, so we didn't have as many games as we'd like to have judged on. But next month, that definitely ain't going to be true.
Well, we've got 11 games.
Something ridiculous.
Something crazy.
We've got 13 games now in a stretch between now and the end of the World Cup, I think. So of the start of the World Cup. So it's going to be a lot of games and a lot of games to judge these players on.
All right. Well, there you have it. That is your performance tier list for the month of September. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.